Meal planning is a great way to keep up healthy eating habits. If you're struggling to find a weekly meal plan that works for you and your family, today is your lucky day. Whether your goal is weight loss, eating healthier, or just changing up your weekly routine, the possibilities are endless when it comes to planning out fun, easy, and nutritious dishes. With your creativity and some skinny taste expertise, you will never run out of new breakfast, lunch, and dinner ideas. Planning can help you have healthy meals and snack no matter how busy things get. Having a meal plan can save time, money, and reduce waste food. Just remember to stick to your shopping list. Hello and welcome to another episode here on Lunch Global. I will be right back short after the break, so stay tuned. Welcome back from the short break, and today we're going to be looking at the importance of meal planning. I know that a lot of us are not really keen when it comes to planning your meal, and sometimes we tend to find it very, very difficult in probably coming up with what to cook, what to eat, maybe based on what we do, tight schedules, work, other things that will not give us time to be able to eat properly. Now, what meal plan does to you, it gives you the window, it gives you the chance and the opportunity for you to be able to plan your meal ahead of time. And then, it also helps you eat healthier, eat better, keep your health on check at all times. Meal planning is the simple act of planning and writing down any of your meals for the week or even a month ahead of time. Plan for yourself or plan for your family. Plan to eat wholesome meals and plan a night out or two. Plan every snack and meal, or simply plan for your lunches so you don't spend money on restaurant food during the week. Meal planning is as flexible, as rigid as you want it to be. It doesn't really matter what you plan as long as your thoughts about it. The goal is not to start from zero for every single meal. There are a lot of reasons why I think meal planning and meal prepping rock, but I think they all fit into three main categories, which is saving time, saving money, and having more control over your food choices. So it does a lot. Just as I mentioned earlier, it saves you time because you plan ahead of you need to plan your food ahead of time. And like, let's take for instance, you're planning your meal for like a whole week. Now you have like to plan for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday, for Friday, and including Sundays. Now, if you're having a busy Monday, you already know that probably you're closing from work late, or you're coming back home around maybe 6 or 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. You don't have to just go through the stress of, I want to start going to the market, or just want to start cooking, or maybe I can just do snack, or I can eat anything I see available in the house. Now you already have your food prepared ahead of time, so all you need to do is probably microwave it or warm it any way you usually get your food warm, or you refresh the food again. So that's what it does to you. So it saves you that time. It also saves you money. Now you can spend a particular amount of money to make all of those meal prep. Maybe you can get your vegetables in bulk, you can get your chicken, your fish in bulk, and then you prep them and then you keep them in your refrigerator. Now when money comes, you know that okay, you've already prepped your meal for like maybe a week or a month. So it saves you money, it saves you time, and then it also have control over the food you eat. That's making your choices. When you're making your meal plan, you research, you check on, okay, what am I supposed to eat? It makes you count your calorie. It gives you the room to be able to be very intentional when it comes to your calorie. It just gives you so many opportunities, and we're going to be looking into that in detail. What does it really do to you? If I make my meal planning, how will it save my time? If I make my meal planning, how will it save money? If I make my meal planning, how do I tend to eat better? How do I tend to eat intentional? We're going to be looking at all of those things as we go into details. And before we go into that, let's just quickly go on the break. We'll return shortly.
Lunch Global, a culinary journey around the world. Tune in to Global Television with Chung Animal Joseph for a mouth-watering experience like never before. Join in as we explore diverse cuisines, exotic flavors, and exciting recipes from every corner of the globe. Lunch Global.
Welcome back from the break, and moving on, we are going to be looking at how meal planning can help you save time, because time is very important. Time is money, so they say, and honestly, time is money. If you be able to plan your meal ahead of time, and then it gives you the window to be able to relax, to be able to rest, to be able to do other things, maybe to even study sometimes, and then have a good sleep. Maybe your siesta, or your sleep. Maybe you just want to rest and have your own moments. You want to go out, that all of those things are done already, so you don't have to start doing other things, and then you're thinking of making meals or planning it for the family or for your kid. So this reason is the most appealing to me, and I'm very sure it will be appealing to you. And one thing about saving time is it just gives you the room you want. It gives you time with people, it gives you time with family. It also even help you spend more time with your kids. Some people need to save more time than others based on what you do, based on your activities. Everyone is different, and everyone needs are also different. When you start meal planning, try to identify one meal where you really need a time saver, and then plan your meals with that in mind. Save yourself time on those busiest days by having meal already prepared, or by planning super simple quick meals the whole family loves. You can easily make sure you already have all the ingredients ahead of time. So you can prep your ingredients, you can get your carrot, your baked beans, your everything together, your tomatoes, your pepper, your onions, and then when you get them in bulk, like for carrots, for green beans, and maybe for onions, you can slice them, prep them, and keep them in your refrigerator. Anytime you want to use them, you don't have to go through the process of I have to start going to the market to buy my carrots, or peeling my carrots, slicing my carrots. You have them done. And even in the stores, you have all of this together, your veggies packed and then packaged, and then you tend to buy them. But it is also very important for you to buy your vegetables very fresh, because some of these vegetables, they overstay, and then they are being kept in the deep freezer, and then you can just buy them. Before you know it, they won't last long. And in some areas here, there's not always like consistency when it comes to light. So if you are staying where the light is not really consistent, then it would be advisable that you buy in a minimal quantity, and then you can prep them yourself and then make them ready. And if not, you can still go to the stores and buy those prepared, but then you have to also buy them in minimal quantity. Now, I mentioned that making your meal plan also saves you money. And the question is how? When you plan and cook your own meal, you are most likely saving money on each of those meals compared to purchasing the same type of meal in a restaurant. Planning your meals can help reduce food waste, which can help your money and your grocery bill in long run. While it might be impossible to go 100% waste free, some simple planning techniques can help dramatically reduce your food waste. For instance, if one of your cholesterol requires some baby spinach, I'll also try to plan lunches or smoothies for the week that also requires baby spinach, helping to use up more of the ingredients that you purchase. Simply eating leftovers or planning a day to eat leftovers is a good practice to reduce food waste and therefore save your money. We know that there are people who say, oh, I don't eat leftovers, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. And sometimes when I hear those people, I'm like, oh, really? Maybe you have so much money, but then when you have leftover food, what do you do with that? Do you discard them? Do you throw them away? Which is very, very wrong. If you won't eat them, it's good. You can give them out to people who need food. But then I would advise, when you have so much, you have your storage, you have your refrigerator, you have your disposable packs, you have your Ziploc bags. You can decide to package all of this together and then keep them. When you wake up in the morning, it's easy for you to it depends on what you're making. Is it friendly for you to eat in the morning for breakfast, or is it still okay for you to eat for lunch? Then you can also weigh those options, because sometimes when you eat for dinner might not really necessarily sit very well to eat in the morning. But then if it's something that can serve both dinner and breakfast, why not? Then you can save it and then you can eat it for breakfast or for lunch, and whichever way that pleases you. Now, it also gives you more control over food. Everyone is different, yes, and everyone's needs are different. When you plan ahead, you can make smart choices related to your own personal food needs and fitness need. Instead of grabbing something at the last minute, more insight on how meal planning can give you control over your food. So one thing it will do, it gives you, it helps you from the instant grabbing of anything you see. You might just be hungry and then there's no food, and then you're trying to look for what is there. You can just snack on anything, whether it is healthy or it is not healthy. You can decide to go in with soda and then maybe a cream biscuit or chocolate biscuit. This is soda and this is too much. Like, this is like a lot of sugar for you. Now it deprives you of that healthy eating. So this also help you, you think more, you think deep, you plan better. You now check the differences. Oh, is this healthy? And what is better? You can have two options and then you go for the one that is best. But when it is like in like a die-minute moment, like the last minute moment, you don't have the room to be able to make choices. It's just like you fall in for whatever you see there. Now, like there are also other ways that you can also, that helps you to get to have control over your food. Now, eating the right amount for you. Sometimes if you're feeling excessively hungry, way too happier to be eating, or just using a different size spoon, you can get totally varying random portion sizes on the plate. Planning and pre-portioning your food can ensure you work hard, makes it to the amount of servings you initially planned for. Plus, it can be really nice to have everything around portioned out for you. Of course, if that's not your style, try a buffet style meal prep instead. So if you can't do it at once, you can just have options, and it's also much more, you know, welcoming, enticing, appetizing when there are varieties. Now you can tell, say, oh, I have veggies, I have sausages, you know, I have protein, I have chicken, I have turkey, I have fish, and then you can just get little portions of it. You know, you cannot be in the buffet and then you want to take 3 chicken, you want to get 5 yam sizes, you want to get potato, you want to get rice. That's a lot. So you eat them just in little portions, and then combining all that together, now it gives you the satisfaction that you need. It also helps you to stay accountable to you, to the past you. If you already made the food and proportion it into perfect bowls with future in your mind, you're really kicking past you in the booth if you do. So this is what it does to you. It gives you, you know, the room to be able to plan ahead. You know, you think about, okay, if I eat it like this, now what it will help me do, it will, I'll check out for my health, like as I grow, you know. There's a future. You're in the present. You had a past where you ate randomly, carelessly. You know, you just eat anything that you see. But then this time around, you have your life on check. You know, you plan well. You know, just the way we plan. Oh, our New Year resolution. Oh, we plan for our birthdays. We plan for our weddings. When we have people coming over to visit us on Sundays or the weekends or days that we're available. You know, you might want to know, oh, I have guests coming over. What do I need to make for them? What is the kind of food I need to make? Oh, it's afternoon. I think I'll make fried rice with chicken and salad. Now, meal planning gives you the room to also think deep. You know, you think about the past. Okay, how careless was I eating? Was I eating right? I mean, what are the food that I love so much, and how do I eat them? How was I eating them? And going forward, you want to check out on that. Okay, I react to this, or I know that I need to eat this in a minimal quantity. I need to combine this and this and this together. Now, it just gives you control over food, either in the past, in the present, and in the future. And when you put up your past and the present together, it helps you make decision for the future. So meal planning is super good and is very important. So if you have been neglecting things like that, please, you know, I just want to play with you because I know it is very important. It saves money. If you're talking about the economy, you're looking at, oh, things are very expensive in the market. If you're thinking of all those things, then trust me, you need a meal planning. It's not something difficult. You can plan Mondays to Sundays for 4 weeks, which makes it 1 month. But then, if it is a little bit, if you're a beginner, you know, you've never planned your meal before, you can start it from 1 week. You can plan your meal, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and then in between, you know, your midday snack or your mid-afternoon snack or your early morning snack, whatever snack that we all know the time we love to snack, you know, but I know that you will definitely have, you know, in between lunch and breakfast, you might want to snack something, or in between lunch and dinner, you might want to snack something. It gives you the room to be able to plan a good and a very healthy snack. You don't randomly snack. You don't snack just anything. Meal planning gives you, you know, the detail you need. You can plan, oh, scrambled eggs and oats in the morning, with bananas in the afternoon. You can even go in with vegetables, maybe just your vegetables and a little bit of rice or pasta, and then maybe your turkey or your salmon, or I don't know, any fish. In the night, you can start going with mashed potatoes, you know, your vegetable soup or your beef soup, just something very mild and then easy, and then you know that it doesn't need too much. You're just combining all of these ingredients together, and then when you check, you are spending less, and then you are spending less money, less time, and then you're giving yourself room to be able to have control over what goes into your body and what doesn't go into your body. So I feel and I think, and you should know, that it is very important that you are being super intentional when it comes to going in with what you eat and then planning your meal. Trust me, you wouldn't have to worry that, oh, I go to a restaurant and I ate, the food is very boring. If you plan ahead of time, you won't complain about that. You can only go to the restaurant maybe days that you didn't pack your lunch, or maybe you are just in the office and you didn't have time to just maybe pack food from home, and then yes, you can eat, and then that will just happen from time to time. It's not going to be all the time. The economy is just the way it is, and then nobody is finding it funny. So if you want to save money, you want to save your time, and then you want to eat healthier, then you have to learn and then inculcate the habit of making meal plan. And trust me, when you do that, you're not going to regret it at all. Thank you for your time with me here on Launch Global today. I hope you've learned something today, and I am still Chung Annabelle Joseph. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.